In the last trading session, we saw the VIX break down. This is a really good sign for markets. That means risk on activity is inside financial markets. This flows through not only to the stock market, but also through to crypto. But unfortunately, it's not good news for gold. You can see the blue line in the background. That's Bitcoin's price momentum. It gives you a very good idea of how Bitcoin intercorrelates with different financial assets. When looking at the Nasdaq futures are up. Bond prices are retreating as yields are spiking up. The DXY and gold are spiking an inflection point. We might need to look into these two in greater depth. In the past couple of episodes, we've been talking a lot about intercorrelation between the S&P 500 and crypto. We've also looked at gold and the DXY. Many people were recently caught off guard when the S&P 500 sold down, and you can see that gravitational pull on Bitcoin. But what happened when it recovered? Bitcoin also recovered. What we want to look at is this correlation between the S&P 500 and Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin just rallying. Why is it rallying? Because the S&P 500 is rallying. Bitcoin is currently trading at $28,496. When people look at the S&P 500 and don't look at the futures, they get a gap in their knowledge. You can see how the S&P 500 futures is giving an indication where the S&P 500 is going. But if you didn't have the S&P 500, what could you look at? Yes, you could look at Bitcoin. The banking system, of course, does not want you to look at that ugly thing called crypto. Why? Because they have $8 trillion in uninsured deposits. And if 50% of those holders of bank deposits call in those deposits, they'll cripple the banking system. That's why you've seen such antagonism between the banking puppets, the SEC and the CFTC and crypto. Please believe me, I don't knock banks. I actually have a banking degree. Please don't hold that against me. Just taking the futures off for a minute, you can see the S&P 500 index. It stopped trading. But the S&P 500 futures are a lot more active. Bitcoin is a primary risk-on or risk-off indicator. It's a powerful indicator to put into your toolbox. Let's turn our attention to gold. One thing that we note, Bitcoin and the S&P 500 futures have an inverse relationship with gold. We can see the S&P 500 futures starting to just retrace a little bit, and gold saying, "Yeehaw, go for it. I'm going to break out." But where is the smart money buying and selling? Is this move supported? We can only tell through the CTKS method. The key question, will this last? Gold is currently trading at 1964. Oh, what a good year. And what we see, it's actually below a smart money resistance level, a smart money sell level between 1970 and 1971. We always do three-dimensional decision making inside our community. And I want to reach out and say to everybody, what fantastic comments were in yesterday's video. Just awesome. There's so many dedicated and committed people in our beloved global family. You are all awesome. We can see that gold has quite a lot of support above 1952 all the way to 1959. When you use the SZs, the Stanfield zones, you can get a really good appreciation as to where price could go. We see it all the time, and we acid test these SCs literally 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No time off for SCs. How have we found price relate to these SC levels? Let's go back to Bitcoin. We can see many times Bitcoin bounces between smart money buy levels and smart money sell levels. Smart money buy levels and smart money sell levels. Smart money buy, smart money sell. Smart money buy, and smart money sell. What we actually see in terms of Bitcoin structure, this is a really good area. If Bitcoin can consolidate above this, the next level is from 29,930 to 30,221, and Bitcoin is currently 28,500. Will this last? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. The most important thing that we can keep our eye on is the S&P 500. We know that the S&P 500 is above rock solid support from 3878 to 3939, and when the S&P 500 closed, it was 3971. You know that the S&P 500 index stops trading. So where are the S&P 500 futures? You can see it over here. They're at 40.34. So let's pop that on the chart. That looks pretty nice. This is exactly why crypto is rallying at present and gold is selling off. But will this last? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. One thing to note, as Bitcoin comes up, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, and XRP and ADA are having an absolute field day. We covered both XRP and ADA levels in the last video. All markets are intercorrelated and interconnected, and you can see this playing out in real time. When we look at the CTKS risk indicator, we can see the indicator is starting to bottom out. The question is, will it flip up or will it continue down? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If the risk indicator actually kicks up, we could get a lot more follow through, not just in the S&P 500, which means everything is going to come up, but also inside the crypto market, which means exactly the same thing. What is happening with the DXY? There's talk of the Saudis and the petrodollar going to the Chinese yuan. One thing that we do know, the DXY is inversely proportional to the S&P 500. It is in the process of going down. What's an inverse relationship? I used to explain this to my stats students when I lectured first and second year statistics. If you have a friend that always says the opposite of what you say, for example, you say, let's go out. They say, no, let's stay in. You say, I don't want to watch TV. They say, I do. That is an inverse relationship. That's kind of like what the dollar experiences with the S&P 500. If they were dating, they have an inverse relationship. The S&P 500 is going out and the DXY says, no, I'm staying home. You're going up, therefore I'm going down. Sometimes they do repair their relationship, which is of course very nice. Okay, seriously, what are the smart money buy and sell levels on the DXY? We can only detect that through the CTKS method by looking at objective dynamic market structure. This gives us a very, very important clue. The DXY has lost a smart money sell area. This means that the negative price momentum on the DXY can only increase. Remember that smart money sell areas often get retests, like what you see here. So just be aware of that. Always price is moving in a wave. If you know that rule number from inside the masterclass, please let me know. The DXY is currently 102,587. It's below a smart money sell level from 102,619 to 102,768. Now you know that you can look at Bitcoin as a risk-on sentiment indicator for different stocks. It's not a bad idea to overlay Bitcoin across your beloved stocks. And what's not to love about Tesla? Tesla closed at 189.21. We can see Tesla is currently below a smart money sell level, but we also know that the S&P 500 gapped up. It didn't really gap up, did it? It just moved up with the futures. I'll just explain that a little more because I think it's really important to understand this. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. There it is. There's the S&P 500. You can see it's closed. Bitcoin is trading. Bitcoin is ahead of the S&P 500 index. Let's now look at the S&P 500 futures. What are the futures telling us? They're telling us that the S&P 500 index should open at 4036 if it opened right now. One thing that I'd like you to place your attention on, if we look at where the S&P 500 index stopped and the S&P 500 futures are currently trading at 4036, notice that big gap up. That's what they refer to as gaps. They're not really gaps, they're just differences between futures and spot, or futures and indices. Please let me know in the comments, did you learn anything new today? And if so, what was it? And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe if you haven't already. I just wanted to show you the DXY is getting very, very inverse. This is primarily because of this objective dynamic market structure, which is underpinning the DXY as well. The beautiful thing with financial markets, you put your money on the line. Every time you do that, it's a learning experience. Let's apply our knowledge from the S&P 500 index and the S&P 500 futures. Note that if Tesla just follows the path of the S&P 500, do you think that it's going to clear this particular smart money sell level between 190.47 and 192.18? Tesla closed at 189. Please let me know in the comments. Let's just put a little reminder on the charts and see what happens. The markets always reward your active learning, and they always penalize a lack of knowledge. I guess it's the teacher in me. I really want to help people to understand how financial markets actually work. That's why I ask these questions. As professionals, we don't hold just one perspective on the market and where it can go. We actually hold three simultaneously ideas, understanding that the market rewards synchronization and it punishes desynchronization. If you've ever lost money in the markets, it's just because of desynchronization. Desynchronization basically points to a knowledge gap. Your focus as professionals should always be to identify and plug any particular knowledge gap that you can possibly find. What we do each and every day is our daily three-dimensional risk management code. We understand that the markets are always moving in a wave. Even if there's positive momentum, the markets can move down. If there's negative momentum, the markets can move up. That's because waves occur in price action all the time. We hold three simultaneous probabilities in our mind, and we know ahead of time what we will do with a specific trade or our entire portfolio if the market goes down, goes nowhere, or goes up. Let's just do another quick active learning part. We know that there's a gap currently on the S&P 500. Would you expect Apple to go up or to go down? And I'll just make a note of the gap. Structural resistance is very, very strong with Apple. There is strong resistance between 161.51 and 165.94. Apple closed at 157.68. Please be aware of this. This could potentially transfer into the markets, rallying up, finding resistance, and then retracing. Keep these ideas in your mind. It's all stacking of probabilities. When you learn the CTKS method, you can actually do all of this by yourself. That's a way to become your own financial advisor. Managing and controlling your money is something that everybody should have the skill to do. A lot of people reached out to me and said, Ken, can you do NVDA? Of course I can do it. I'm happy to do it. Let's have a look at where the smart money buy and sell levels are. And how do I create this? Through the CTKS method. where we mark up all of price history, not just recent, all of it. Here we go. NVDA stopped trading in the last session at 264.12. It has smart money sell levels above it from 269.66 to 273.15, and they're reasonably strong. But it has major resistance between 284.33 and 308.58. It has support below from 239.46 to 246.09. I want to point out something that the very astute will pick up. When we look at Bitcoin's price action relative to NVIDIA, what do we actually see in terms of Bitcoin's price? Let's look back across to the left axis. We see Bitcoin at $27,426. But what is the current price? It's $28,444. At around the 28,444 mark, Bitcoin would be up here. Do you know why this difference exists in this chart? Please let me know if you know the answer in the comments. It's really good for your active learning. We know that there's a gap in the S&P 500. We know there's a gap in Bitcoin. Well, not really. But the concept is, where is that gap potentially playing out? It's potentially playing out above that smart money sell level on NVIDIA. A lot of people have been talking about shorting NVIDIA at the current time. Until we know exactly what is happening with the S&P 500, if that cracked support keeps on cracking, but it's not cracking right now, it's above it. But if it did, then you short NVIDIA. If the S&P 500 is coming up and you short NVIDIA, you're going to probably get slaughtered. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, and ADA is having a field day today. It's currently 385. The major resistance for ADA is between 439 and 465. We can see ADA has been trying to convert this smart money sell level into a buy level. It tried once, twice, 3 times a lady, 4, and now 5. What does this mean? Do you think that ADA can now officially convert that line? Or should I say, that zone? Will this last? Please let me know in the comments. One thing, when we look at Litecoin's level, which is currently trading at 92.449987, hey, why not use exact precision? Which is basically 92.39. It's just below a smart money sell level between 93.83 and 94.05. You can already see that that smart money sell level is actually strong. Why do I say that? Because if you look at Bitcoin's structure is above that recent high. What about when we look at Litecoin, that recent high? Litecoin is down here. That's like Bitcoin being down around here. We can see that this smart money sell level has legs in it. One thing that you also might like to pay attention to, and you may actually see this here. In fact, I'll put it out as a question. Do you see something that tells you how Litecoin and Bitcoin tend to react? There's something very, very definite in this chart. If you see it, I'm going to be really, really impressed. Please let me know in the comments. The question relates to, can you tell if Bitcoin is weakening through Litecoin? Like ADA, XRP has been on fire. What is the current market structure? What are the smart money buy and sell areas? We can only tell if we apply the CTKS method. We can see that XRP is currently above a smart money buy area from 55.30 to 55.67, and XRP's price is currently 58.04. One good thing to understand is how these particular SZs, these Stanfield zones, interact. What you will find over time is they constrain price. If price breaks out, it's likely to hit the one above, come back, retest, reconsolidate to try to break through. You can see this all the time. Now, when you get to a position like we're seeing on XRP right now, there could be absolute fireworks. Will this last? Do you think XRP is going up or coming down? Let me know in the comments if you would like to see the next level of resistance in XRP. Just say XRP and I'll know what you mean. And of course, if you've already been through the masterclass or you've been through the CTKS method, you already know where it is. I'd like to thank again someone you know for offering a CTKS partial masterclass scholarship. If you are interested in the scholarship, I'll be awarding it shortly. Please let me know. There's a link that you can apply in the description of this video. The masterclass is where you learn firsthand from me the CTKS method. I developed this, I invented this to actually show smart money buy and sell levels inside market structure. If there are charts that you would like me to mark up on stocks, cryptos, futures, forex, commodities, or anything else, please use this form and just let me know. There's no limit to how often you can use this form, so please feel free. I'm here to help you, so I can only do that if I know what you need. The positive excellence in yesterday's video's comments was outstanding. Kate and I are so honored to know our beloved global family. You're all amazing people. And for the people who reached out and said hi recently, wow, you're just awesome. Kate and I wish you a fantastic day or night ahead, my friends, and we look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Bye for now.